He's Rich Eisen, already the proud father of 2 boys, and we're going to welcome in a baby girl sometime tomorrow. Is that right, Rich?
That is true.
Nervous?
Knocking on wood. Yeah.
Nervous?
No. Been through this twice before. By the way, I've told this story. That's the question you asked me on my 3rd day on the job.
Are you nervous?
That's right.
Yeah.
When I'm looking at tapes of shot sheets of the 11 o'clock Sports Center as soon as they come upstairs for me doing the 2 a.m., and I felt this huge presence to my left. It's you standing over me, and you go, so, you nervous?
Were you?
Oh, down to my socks.
Did I make it worse?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
But I also figured that you wouldn't have done that if you didn't care, Dan. At least that's the way I was rationalizing it at the time. Well, I could have pulled an Aaron Hernandez, and looked at you and told you I was going to F you up.
Well, he said that to Wes Welker, right?
Yeah, when he was trying to operate machinery and was looking for some help from the veterans.
I like how Aaron Hernandez just gets to the Patriots, and Welker is going to punk him a little bit there because he's a rookie, and Aaron says, I'm going to F you up. At that point, I probably would have had a couple of concerns with Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah, it's like, lighten up, Francis.
Yeah. What'd you think of that Rolling Stone article? What stood out?
It blew my mind. It blew my mind. It really did. There's a couple of things that you just thought that, well, maybe that didn't, not that these folks were making stuff up. Obviously, their credentials are impeccable, but maybe their sources were not accurate. But, what, Belichick telling him to get a safe house or something like that? That didn't strike me as
plausible?
Well, I mean, you never say never in this world, but that just didn't ring familiar. Let's put it that way.
Well, you would think if he says, I think my life could be in danger, and then your response is, hey, why don't you just get like a safe little, flophouse crib here and chill there for a little while. That's probably not the best advice for somebody who thinks they may be, murdered.
Right.
At some point you say, how about we go to the police here,
Yeah, let's
Aaron?
go to the cops.
Yeah, and then I think they realize that might be even worse than what they would find out with Aaron Hernandez. You got a name picked out for your daughter?
I do, but we're not going there just yet.
Okay.
I mean, we've nailed it all down. We just got to get her. We're going to go get her. And
you sound like it's a puppy you're going to go get.
Susie would like to evict right now. I mean, we're at that stage.
And it's tough when you're around your wife when it's just go time. But you're at least going in to get her as opposed to waiting for the baby to happen.
I mean, there had to be some sort of proper baby planning around the NFL season at some point.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna go get her tomorrow, unless she arrives sometime today at her own leisure or pleasure. But we're in a holding pattern right now. It is exciting time. It really is, man.
Did you get recognized when you had your sons being born by the doctors or anybody in there in the hospital?
Well, the OB, who is a fantastic OB, Bobby Katz, here in Los Angeles, California. He's a great man. He asked, he's a huge NFL fan to begin with, helped him with his fantasy team last night. You got to help out the OB 2 days before he puts hands on your actual daughter for the first time. Yeah. And he asked also for he hit me up for he's Super Bowl tickets a couple of years ago, and it was 3 weeks before the due date of our last kid, and I said, I will help out if you're the one to tell Susie that you're the one leaving town for it.
Well, when
he did.
When my first daughter was born, there was an intern in there, and his name was Dan. And he kept talking to me throughout the whole process.
Oh, boy.
And he kept saying, he just talking about SportsCenter. So my daughter's born, and he says, da-na-da, da-na-da.
That did not happen.
Yeah, it did. Yes, it did.
Oh, my Lord.
He did the SportsCenter theme song when my daughter was born. And I went, oh, my God, don't do that. Don't say that.
At least you didn't say your wife was en fuego.
Yeah. Or booyah. Booyah. Hey, back. Yeah.
Have you taken in KO's new show?
I only got to see a little bit of Keith's first show when Whitlock was on.
Right.
But I was told it was, that's late for me.
It is late.
Yeah, but I know Kornheiser was on. He's had some good guests there, and it's sort of patterned after his countdown show.
Yes, and his segment about his dad and Satchel Paige and MLK last night was vintage. KO.
Yeah.
Vintage.
Well, when he wants to do it, he can do it better than anybody. The question is how long he wants to do it, and that's the key. He's been a lot of places doing a lot of great things.
That's right.
But no. We'll see how this, what the time frame is of what he wants to do, how long he wants to do it. We're talking to Rich Eisen of the NFL Network, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. Did you, I was telling the story about when I played hoops at the Canton YMCA, and Stuart Scott was guarding me, and you weren't there playing. I
was
that.
Not there. No, I didn't get the invite, but thanks for that.
What's
that noise for?
I wish I didn't get the invite.
Why? What happened?
It got ugly.
What do you mean it got ugly?
I went jaw face on Stewart. I'm actually dribbling down the floor. He's all Air Jordaned out. He's bodying me, D'ing me up full court, and I'm yelling at him, "Where do you want me to score on you?" I'm pointing out places on the floor. It was
really?
Yes, it was bad.
Who else was there?
Buchagras, Jason Jackson, Larry Beal, Sir Lawrence of Beal.
Sir Lawrence of Beal. So we're talking circa J-Jax.
Yeah.
Are we talking like 97, 98?
I don't know. I don't know when it was. My jumper was in rare form, vintage form, but
yeah. Stewart is one of the most competitive people you'll ever come across. God.
But he's got his Air Jordan. He's got goggles. He's got Air Jordan wristbands, and he's got everything Jordan.
Yeah.
Except for Jordan's game. And he was just D'ing me up, and he was being competitive, which was good. I just didn't want to sweat.
So you got more of a piece of him than him of you? Is that what you're saying?
Well, he undercut me, so he got a piece of me.
He undercut you?
Yeah, I went up. He tried to get my shot, and so.
And that's when you started going jaw face?
No, it was before then.
Did you go cower? Like, was there a spittle?
Yes. Yeah, it was bad.
You sprayed it?
I'm yelling at Jason Jackson to get the hell out of the way. I'm yelling.
I think Charlie Steiner once did that on a 6 o'clock Sports Center, I think.
Get the hell out of the way.
I think he once shot that look at J-Jax on a 6 p.m. Eastern one time.
Yeah, there was so many inner office on-air battles, competition with anchors.
Well, it was. I do remember this, where J-Jax did a lead-in and was really lighthearted lead-in, and he sort of stumbled on the prompter and then made light of his mistake and then threw it to Charlie by saying Chaz.
Oh.
And it was a story about Rod Carew's daughter who was ill.
Oh, okay.
And the look Charlie gave him, really, just burned a hole through the screen up the 2 flights where I was watching it from my cubicle.
Well, not every anchor team got along with one another, but you had to play nice here. I got to get your. Do you got your Super Bowl pick yet?
I do. I've got to go Broncos and Niners. I know that sounds.
All right.
I know. Listen, I didn't go like Bengals on you to switch it up or Falcons.
I'm okay with that. You don't have to apologize.
No, I just truly believe that I'm not one of those folks who thinks that Von Miller's suspension is a Super Bowl crippling suspension. I don't believe it. Peyton Manning, you take a look at the schedule. They have 4 at home. Their 2 road games they're at NFC East teams, at the Giants. I believe that's not a Sunday night game. Somehow you did not get the Manning Bowl on Sunday night. Week 2, you got Seattle and the Niners, which is no slouch at all.
Thank you.
And then they're at Dallas, where we've seen not many teams are feel the wrath of the 100,000 folks who are there. So I think 4-2 is easy for them to go without Von Miller.
Did you see, Jerry Jones said he had the brain of a 40-year-old, and then I said 40-year-old what? I wasn't sure, but I saw that. What does that mean that Jerry Jones has the brain of a 40-year-old?
I don't know. I just hope it wasn't from a Steve Carell movie title, I don't know what he meant by that.
The 40-year-old brain?
No, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I think it allows you less wiggle room when you say, I'm getting older, and, sometimes I forget. Now you're 40 years of age. I mean, you got no excuse here.
I mean, he's young at brain, I guess. I didn't know what that meant, but it's just, I'm ready. I'm ready for this kid to come.
Okay, what will you wear to the delivery room tomorrow?
Oh, gosh. I haven't even thought of that. I don't know. Maybe I should wear one of my Punters Are People too T-shirts.
There you go. Just something. If there's a photo op.
Got to sell. Always got to sell.
Yeah, I know you do. Well, tell Suze good luck. And, you know, I'm not going to see you in Denver, right?
No.
You won't be out there for the opener.
I'm a Fort holder. We'll be doing our show.
9-hour pregame?
It starts actually in 5 minutes. So we'll be doing that. And and then, you know, maybe sneak a podcast in here or there.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
All right, DP.
All right, man. Rich Eisen, NFL Network, and he mentioned his podcast. You can go to NFL.com/Rich Eisen and iTunes. Joe Namath, Joe Buck on the podcast this week.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.